First of all, I want to say that this is truly a big moment, a historical moment for us. One, because today we are able to talk to our people throughout the country and also the world, because we have been subjected to all sorts of slanders, and we had kept our cool for our country so that we continue the peace we had fought for. But today we are also holding this important function when a great leader, African leader, world leader, in the person of Nelson Mandela, passed away. Why we attach importance to the passing away of this icon is because he was a formidable ideologue, the chief ideologue of the national liberation movement throughout the world. So we stand with this family, with our fellow brothers and sisters in South Africa and the rest of the world. What has happened in this country is very shameful. You see, for a government just overnight, I don't know what happened at that night, then the following day, a whole cabinet was just thrown into a dustbin. That you are corrupt, you are thieves, you are what and what. But it is good that we kept to our cool. We did not respond until the dust storm that has been swirling all over the country has now settled down. And we have allowed that to happen so that now we can present our views with the clarity of mind. I will not go in details, but it is very important. Why has this country now gone below zero? In terms of our image, in terms of we as a people who have just liberated ourselves from Arab colonial yoke. The crisis is the manifestation of the bankruptcy we have now got into. Because one thing is lacking in this country. One thing is lacking in this country. And that thing is the ideology. Yes. Is the ideology. In 1983-4, when I met Comrade John, he told me, Comrade Alfred, I'm not going to the front to organize the troops. I will leave you to organize our people, to mobilize our people, and also to seek the support of the international community. I was then appointed the chief ideologue of the SPLM. And up to today, there is no chief ideologue to talk of. So now what is this? So what is this? Because it is ideology that in the first place took us to the bush. This ideology that took us to the bush to liberate our people, to organize our people, and to be independent like all the other peoples all over the world. Nobody went to the bush because he just dreamt or because somebody told him. No. No. It is in the bush that we wielded the weapon of ideology. We use it as a compass to show us the way. Without ideology, you'll be just stranded like somebody, a blind person in the jungles. You don't know how to steer away from the jungles. But we use that ideology, one, to unite our people, two, to identify our implacable enemy, which was Khartoum, and still it is Khartoum. So it is this that has led us to triumph. Despite the difficulties, despite the odds we had to surmount. Because dealing with a superior force, like what Khartoum was at that time, given the support it received from the Arab world and some other countries. With that ideology, it would have been impossible for us even to come to the borders of South Sudan. It would have been impossible. But thanks, ideology brought us a new perspective of who we are as South Sudanese. History did not forget us. We welded together until 2005. We entered the South with the triumph and hoisted our flag on the graveyard of the Mujahideen. But unfortunately, and always this happens in history, we must give allowance. Sometimes history can be good, but also it can be bad. 2005, now we were given the state through the, of course, the CPA agreement, and then we were handed a state, handed by our enemies, and we thought that was a good thing. No, we inherited a fascist state, a state that was used by the enemy to oppress our people, to kill our people, to loot our people. And we did not move because ideology was missing. Ideology was missing. It was not thrown out through the window. Those who were there, who were our cadres like Pagan and the Danga Lords and the others, these fellows were just kept at an arm's length, and they were not allowed. They were not allowed even to train our cadres. We lacked cadres in 2005. We lacked cadres. And throughout this period, the state that was given to us was not destroyed. It should have been destroyed, because that is the cardinal principles of the National Liberation Movement. It was not destroyed. And because of that character, and because we did not change the nature of that state, it now started eating us. It started eating us. Insecurity was now rampant. Corruption was now rampant. Now the political vultures in Europe, in America, now started hovering over the South. They were now looking for carcasses to eat. Yeah, many of them were now brought in. And they did not, of course, hesitate. The looting was intensified. You see, to settle their mortgages in Europe and somewhere else. And we were left instead suffering, sleeping in tukos, no schools, no roads, no nothing. So that became the cause for concern. How do we move this country forward? And of course, by the spirit which we had we were able to bring independence to our people. But this independence is now in danger. It is now in danger, and that's why we were all chased away. To give room to those elements. Those Al-Qaeda elements are there. Even the mercenaries, those who were fighting us left and right and kill our soldiers in every corner of this country, are now in senior positions. Even when they were defeated in elections, those of Ladogoro were thrown away and they were brought and put there. Well, comrade, you see, ideology is very important. We need to get our ideology of national liberation and national construction back as a force. If this country is to survive, and if this country is to take its place among the free nations of the world. Without ideology, we will be a failed state. All the failed states now, they are about 3, we are 4. We are the 4th. And all those failed states, their leaders have grabbed power. They said, to hell with the rest. It is either us or you. So we cannot allow this. And me and our comrades here, we are not against any particular person, but we want to make our point very clear to our people that there is room for ideology. Our ideology is to protect the interests of our people, is to protect the independence and sovereignty of South Sudan. And we will not be reabsorbed by any country, whether it is a superpower or not. We will remain independent.